Good morning. I'm going to work today on getting the cattle panels, the two cattle panels out of the truck and figure out their placement. I work on cleaning up this junk. That blue tote is upside down over my asparagus because the chickens like to dust bathe in here, and they dig it all up, and they were digging up my asparagus roots, and asparagus take years and years to grow. And so my goal was to put one of those cattle panels here around the asparagus, but then that was going to be so hard, and I had a better thought. I also plan on cleaning up this area. Some of the planters are still good, some of them froze and cracked, so I need to get them ready for the dump. But this was my bean trellis last year, and the ice storm knocked it over. So I'm going to take the bean trellis out of here, put it around this asparagus, and put one of the cattle panels here for a trellis. And then this is the stock tank I'm going to use for the cabbage, chamomile, and peas, I hope. They're inside, they need transplanted. So that's my plan. That's what I'm going to putter around on. This mess. Oh, this mess. So that's what I plan on working on today. Some of this mess and the trellises. My long-term goal is to get another stock tank here and maybe there, have like a U-shaped little area, put trellises up. That's my long-term goal. But that's probably not going to happen today. I need to get more soil put in here. I've been putting some of the quail droppings, and you see some of the eggshells, because I thought I might put tomatoes in here, so I've been putting eggshells in there, because tomatoes like calcium, I think. So anyway, rambling, and I got to get busy. All right, I got that wire on around here, and the asparagus is trying to grow, which I knew a little bit had sprouted under that blue tub, so I knew I had to get it out in the open, let it get some sunlight and do its thing. Yay! So I'll need to put another post in here and some kind of gate, but until I can figure out a gate, I am just pulling this to the side and using these clips to clip it shut to the back one so the chickens can't get in the rest of this weekend. I have to figure out what I'm doing for a gate. I would like to keep this open and then put a gate across here. I don't know. I don't think you can see all that. Sorry. Anyway, yay! So, these asparagus were started on my balcony at the apartment outside of Baltimore. Last year they were huge fern-looking things. And this year I tried to eat a couple. I didn't know asparagus took so long. I tasted a couple and they didn't taste very good, but that's because they take years to grow. So yay, they're still alive, and now they're protected from the chickens. Woohoo! Now I'm thinking of all that fluff and stuff. Hi, girl. Woohoo! Sorry, I'm so sorry. I got the cattle panel in an arch put up here. It's going to be much stronger than that fencing that was gifted to me last year. I appreciated it so much last year, but it did not withstand our ice storm. So I've got that up. Now I have been adding old eggs in here, eggshells, some compost from the kitchen, some quail mess I've been putting here for compost. I want to be careful with the quail mess because I think I know it's like chicken manure and has to age longer than, say, rabbit manure. But I wanted to show this. If you have problems gardening because it's so hard to be on the ground, we already know that raised beds are easier for people who can't be on the ground. But I am able to stir this up. I'm mixing this with the old soil that's in there with the stuff I put in there for compost. Now I'm doing it with just one hand because I'm holding the camera. But this, for a person who isn't as strong as someone that can dig in the ground, this is wonderful. This is so much easier than trying to mess with dirt in the ground. So I just wanted to point that out. If you are able, they're expensive. Oh, you about have to, well, I'm not going to say rob a bank, because then someone will say, Miss Dawn told me to rob a bank. No, don't rob a bank. Stock tanks are extremely expensive. I know that. But one plus is I am using it for leverage for my shovel, so I can stir the soil. That's a wonderful thing. While I was digging around in the horse trough, I found 2 big clumps of plants with root balls. This one, I buried that one before I showed you. And this one, look at that. So, last year in the fall in the tank, I planted asters and chrysanthemums, a variety. These are the only tags I found while I was stirring up that. And so I'm going to plant them in here. This had flowers in it in the fall too. It has plants there, so I don't know if those are weeds or if those are some of the flowers that were in here last year. I don't know. But I'm going to give these a chance by putting them in here and trying to remember to keep them watered. And we'll see if I have flowers. I think that looks like a chrysanthemum. This, I don't know. If this looks like a shoveled up aster to you, let me know. Yay! So I might have flowers that wintered over, maybe, if I didn't kill them by digging them up. And then this is how far I got on this. I had a little bit of ProMix soil, whatever, dirt soil, whatever, and I sprinkled that on the top of it. It's not very, very deep. And up by the blueberry bed, I think I have another bag left over from last year. So if I do, I'm going to put it in here before I plant, because I've got that quail manure in there. Whew, I may be done for the day. I didn't get that whole area clean that I wanted to clean, but I got the asparagus fenced, and I found a couple partial bags of soil, and then 1 partial bag of shredded hardwood that has been mulch, shredded hardwood mulch that's been out here for a long time, so it's really decomposing. So I got this filled. I put some mulch in there. I got that up. The trellis, I still need to find the little hooks or my weatherproof zip ties so I can attach it to both sides. This side, it's in between the post and the tank, so I don't really need to attach it. This side I need to attach, so I still have to find those. I'm going to go inside, sorry, and sit down for a while and figure out how much I need to harden off my peas, chamomile. The chamomile's super tiny yet though. The chamomile and the cabbage. See if I need to harden those off before I bring those outside or not. But that's my day so far. It's not very sunny, but it's good weather. It's chilly enough that it feels good to be out here working. So this is the weather. What is this? Freeze and pollen at the same time. What in the world? So I think I am going to put the peas outside, but wait a bit for the cabbage and the chamomile because they're so small yet. See ya.